Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Travel down the road and back again.
Hey, so we started from the bottom, now we're here, girl.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Pal and a confidant.
This is my part right here. Ooh, if I did
Everyone you knew.
the biggest gift, the biggest. Yeah, thank you for being my friend. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah.
Hello. Welcome to Golden Girls Podcast. I am your super producer, Destiny, and we are here. And this episode is a little different because we are virtual because some of the Golden Girls took Miami, and so we got to do some quarantining now. You know, you just got to be safe. So, how's everyone doing? I'm about to introduce everyone. We have our beautiful co-hosts with us today. Let's start with Missy.
Hey, everybody, it's Missy, the one you love. Nice to see everybody. I was taking Miami, so I'm in quarantine.
All right, Michaela.
Hey, everyone. It's Michaela, a.k.a. KK. I didn't take Miami.
Brad. KK, you got to speak a little louder. Brad. We can't hear you, girl. You on mute.
Ooh.
And your video just went out.
Oh, see when the devil worked, but he don't win. Anyway, hey y'all, it's your co-host Britt Brad, aka your fave plus size model. I didn't go to Miami though, but I'm happy for the girls that did.
And last but not least, T Mitch.
What up, though, y'all? It's your girl T Mitch, and I'm taking care of these two kids over here.
All right. Taking care of the kids. This is so cool. So y'all know that I've been teaching myself producer and we've been learning together. So we are literally trying new software right now. And so I didn't know what was gonna happen when I push stream, and the fact that we on here, I'm a little excited. So we gotta give me an applause
and it went everywhere you wanted it to go.
Shout out to our super producer.
I've been stressed out all day. All right, so we in our separate houses now, so we all got different drinks. Anybody want to talk about what they drinking?
Let me first say that I can't drink anything right now. Y'all know I'm on antibiotics, so I can't drink.
Oh,
yeah.
You gotta.
But I'm living through y'all. What are y'all drinking?
You gotta get a wine glass with some Sprite in it or something.
Right.
You gotta still commit. Missy, what you drinking?
So,
not the whole bottle.
Oh my Lord.
It's Brick House, Don Julio. I don't even know why I have this or why I'm drinking it. I just am. I just ended up in a situation and it was here. Don't even ask me why. I just can't.
Michaela, what are you drinking? I don't know how to respond directly.
Oh, berry peach lemon drop.
Oh,
don't know what it is.
Tell Michaela, what's in that?
Right.
My mom made this, so I really don't.
Okay, I'm coming over because at this point.
Come on.
Yeah, y'all ain't quarantining. Go get a drink, Brittany.
All right, T. Mitch, what are you drinking?
Good old Sprite.
Okay.
All right, Sprite. Shout out to the Sprite. Are you okay?
All right, Brittany.
I didn't find my contraption fail.
Okay, we're just making sure. All right. Okay.
You make a clip out of that, Destiny. That was funny as hell.
That was hilarious. That's the only laugh I got. Oh, I got the little.
Oh no.
All right. speed up. Mental health check-in. Each person got a minute because we always take forever. So you got a minute to really, you got to cut to it. Don't beat around the bush. We don't want all those extra words. How you feeling? Michaela, go.
I feel powerful. I feel heard. And I feel
And you feel what? Sorry.
loved.
Okay, love.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to get some snaps. All right. Okay.
I'm here for it.
Brittany just might have had a drink.
I did not.
Look, I can show the comments.
I did.
Ain't that so cute?
Oh, that's lit.
That's so lit.
I know. I gotta edit this out the
promise
audio,
y'all
but
I did.
Hey, Brittany, you got to be special to virtually bust your ass. That was
It wasn't even me.
Rose is drinking dancing berries. What's dancing berries?
yeah. Drop that recipe in the comments.
Yeah, what's that about?
Dancing berries.
Mm.
We got 1942 today.
All right. Anyway, mental health check-in. Teresa, go.
That long sigh. That's what it is.
No. What does that mean?
I'm gonna leave that right there. I'll let y'all know in a while.
Oh.
I don't know what to say to that. It ain't really that, but that's kind of all I had. That was kind of sort of okay.
That's all right.
Might
Just wait for it.
No, in a while. Mental health check-in. Britt Brat, go.
I'm good. I'm better. I feel motivated today. I just feel good today. I feel good.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, I feel good.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. Mental health check-in. Missy, go.
I'm good. I mean, we just came back from Miami, so the vacation was well needed. I feel refreshed. I didn't want to go to work, honestly, after Miami, which you gotta do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
I feel good though. I feel good. I'm in a good place, and see the weather getting nicer, so it's easier to
Yes.
get in
That's
the groove. So we in a good space right now. As long as the sun keeps shining, I'm good.
okay. Cool. All right. That's good.
Yes, how you doing?
I am doing good. Again, so I took Miami. I needed it more than anything in the world. Didn't know it until I got there. But when I got there and seen the ocean, it was like my life changed. Like some stress just melted away. I was like, ooh, I didn't realize I needed this. And so I'm actually in a great space, still fighting a lot, but I don't see the end of the tunnel, but I see progress. So I'm here for that.
That's good.
Yeah. So yes. And the Golden Girls is gonna take somewhere else too. We try to figure out where, but this has
New
to
Orleans.
I feel like this is my therapy. It just gotta keep going at this point. So
That's New Orleans.
next. And we just add as many people as possible. So if y'all want to come, let us know because we finna make it happen. Now you can't come unless you are positive and you are encouraging and you love other women. Because everybody girls trips don't go great. So that's my disclaimer. And we will kick you out if you're not those things. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. Love y'all though. That's what I meant to push. We're gonna transition into our Midas touch. So every week I have to let you guys know the story of King Midas is he was a god he was a king that the gods, and I make that mistake every single week too. Anyway, he was a king that the gods awarded any gift that he wanted, and he chose the gift of the touch of gold. So basically anything that he touched turned to gold. So every week we pick somebody that we feel like everything that they touch turned to gold. And now you cannot talk about the topic yet. But the person who I feel like has the Midas touch is the blogger who basically let us all know about Action Jackson, Derek Action Jackson, and kind of, revealed his little discretions. Now, I'll be honest, at first, I really thought it was distasteful. And I was like, she ain't even got to keep coming to him like that. But I'm going to give it to her because she dug and she dug and she stayed committed. And that girl got this story and it is something special. I've been reading and I've been all in and I follow her now. She did everything that she was supposed to do to get me in. And so I'm going to just say she deserved it because I'm now a fan. I follow her Instagram. I done watched her YouTube. I know how to, done gave her some likes. I shared it. So I think she did her job. She might be a baby Wendy. What do y'all think?
Listen, come up off that trash ass nigga. That's just how I feel. Listen, I have never even watched this her YouTube channel. Like I wasn't even here.
It's Unwind with Tasha K.
Yes, Unwind with Tasha K. And let me tell you, today I was on that mug for 45 minutes because she had audio, she had receipts, and she got it all before the gag order. But we're gonna talk about it later. So
she did a good
to her.
As an investigative journalist, she did her job.
It's a gift. Everybody can't do it. So
child.
Hey, we fucked up. She capitalized. It is what it is.
Lord. Anybody else? Do y'all know what's going on with Action Jackson? Let me quit calling him that. That's how you know I've been listening to her. Derek Jackson.
Yeah, no, definitely know what's going on. But was hip to her before that. She brought quite a few people conversations to light. One of our topics that kind of hit hard was the R. Kelly thing, and she brought the house down with it. So she has pretty good interviews and tea and wine and everything else. And so I've been on her for a minute.
That's what's up. I didn't even know she was around during the R. Kelly time. So
yeah,
I'm learning today. But I ain't mad at her. She got me. Listen, get your followers, boo, because she sure got me. So I feel like Unwind with Tasha K. That's who got the Midas touch. So, hey, ladies.
Hey.
How you doing?
We good.
Good. Y'all quiet, so I gotta check in a little bit. Everybody all quiet. Y'all look nervous. Y'all ain't never been virtual. The cameras, I guess the cameras. Well, Teresa and Missy has, but the camera being up in your face is a whole different thing. We see everything, right? But y'all a little, take a sip. Everybody take your drink and drink it.
I'm salty.
Do some jumping jacks, Brittany. Get your blood flowing. Get some energy. And if you want to twerk with something, I ain't gonna say there's nothing wrong with that.
All right. So look, this episode we are talking about like the foundation of friendships. So all month we've been kind of talking about friendships and what it looks like, how to build them. We talked to my mom and the original Golden Girls about a 40, 50 plus friendship and what that looks like. So we wanted to kind of go break it down to like the true foundations of it. So there are so many different layers of friendships. You have your guy friends, you have your girlfriends, you have your friends who are really close. You got your friends that you just go to the club with. You got your friends that you just go shopping with. You got, like everybody has like all these different layers of friends. And so we kind of want to just peel back the onions and really talk about it. Because the goal of this month is really just to get us reflecting on friendship and deciding like this is something that I'm going to be intentional about moving forward. And so if we just kind of peel back every layer of it and have an understanding of it, we can be more intentional in building. Because for me, like the whole purpose of this is to just build. Like I feel like we just need to get bigger and bigger and bigger and just kind of love each other more and more. And so to do that, we got to base it on friendship.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Michaela, tell us a little bit about like your different friend groups that you have.
Okay, so I have like my best friend, my best friend in the whole wide
Who's your
world.
best friend?
Shalia. Hey, girl. is my all-time friend. Like, she's the friend I call when I'm stressed. She's the friend I call when I'm happy. She's the friend I call when I got a job. She's just the friend I call for everything.
Mhm.
Then I have my college friends who I also may call for, advice, or like my fun friends. I have my work friends who I just, started a relationship with. We hang out, we text outside of work. Who else do I have? I have my cousin friend. My cousin, Janet, she's probably like number one because she's my cousin. She's my sister. She's my friend. She's the one that I tell, like, when I'm having a bad day, when I'm going through something, like, and I just don't know who I can talk to about it. She's the one I can tell. Like, if nobody knows, she knows. So she knows, like, my deepest, darkest secrets.
Mhm.
And she also knows, like, girl, you about to get another nigga.
Wait, what? That was so 23. That was the perfect thing to say, Michaela.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that was funny as hell.
He's so silly.
We all got that friend though.
And she's that one.
We all got that friend though.
Ooh.
I'm not mad. Teresa, tell us about your friend groups. She's so great.
So I have, of course, my friend group that is my village. So I can call on them to help with my 2 children. They are a part of my backbone, honestly. We all have been rocking for quite a few years. That's Rose, Nicole, Michelle, Jennifer, and Mia. And then I have my 2 childhood best friends, Shavante and Vicky. We've been best friends since middle school. And so even though we don't see each other all of the time, when we do see each other, we just pick up wherever we left off. And it's like there was no time or space in between us. And then, of course, my sisters are also my friends. And I have a couple of cousins that are the same. They are my cousins, my friends, sisters. Like you said, they are the ones that I pretty much share everything with. And so that is my friend group.
Okay.
Groups.
So, Brittany, how do you determine the difference between your friend groups?
How do I determine the difference? I guess it's basically like how long you've known them and how often you talk to them. So for me, I have my group of like best friends, the girls that I talk to basically on an everyday basis. And this includes my very best friend, Michelle, my friend Raven, Carlisha, Egypt, KP, and Lauren. And we all went to high school together, and we've been thick as thieves since day one. And I have my childhood friends. Then I have my line sisters and my sorority sisters. So, and then the girls I went to college with, we got our own little clique, So I guess it's basically like the time span in which they came into your life. You know what I'm saying? And like the purpose they serve in your life. Like Maisha is one of my college best friends. Went to college with her. She's been in my life ever since. So it's not that I value somebody more than her. It's just like we have a different relationship. She came into my life at a different time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess that would answer the question.
Okay. Missy, tell us a little bit about your friend groups, or how do you divide your groups?
The crazy thing is, it just comes down to like, I leave like my school life. Like my friend that I have from elementary school would be like Shatora. I've been knowing her the longest. So that's like A1 day one. But then I got like my high school friends. Then I got my college friends. Then I got my law school friends. Then I got like post-school friends, like just adult friends. So they kind of layer up like that. And they all know me starting from different stages. Like they've watched my growth from different stages. So obviously Shatora has seen me from like child to like now. And it just kind of, the dominoes kind of fall from there. So it's, that's kind of how my friend groups break down, mainly by like school wise.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. So it basically sounds like everybody is just saying like, just through your different like basically chapters. Like I have different friends that show up in different chapters. I definitely agree. Mine is definitely the same schedule of like school because I've been in school for I'm not anymore, but I was in school for so long. It just is how it worked. I was always in school. Good Lord. So yeah, definitely I developed friends during that same time as well. All right. So let's talk a little bit about, let's go into Sheila's topics.
Okay, so y'all, we virtual. So Sheila's topics is a little different this time. I'm just pull a question and call on a name. It's like popcorn reading.
Oh Lord.
All right.
I'm ready.
I ain't never get that shit right. Ever. I was never ready.
For our audio listeners, Sheila is pretty much a pretty wine glass that we had, and we pull topics out of each episode to kind of get the conversation going. And so I'm pulling some Sheila's topics right now. We're virtual. So instead of each person pulling one, I'm going to pull one and then just ask somebody. So this one is, okay, I think, Des, I'm going to ask you this one. Do you mix friend groups, and have you had any good or bad experiences with mixing friend groups?
That's a good one.
That's messy because I literally just talked about it to her off the.
Why would you call me messy in front of all these people?
It's messy. I think we just talked about it like a couple days ago. So, I mix friend groups all the time, like all the time, and the reason that I'm so confident saying it is because DJ, who actually is not on here yet, literally just told me the other day, like, you do it all the time, like you are always mixing your friend groups. And I guess I never think about it, but I do. I'm all about women getting to know each other. I don't think there's any wrong with having multiple friends. Other people do, but I genuinely don't. I'm not one of those like you are my friend and my friend only type of thing. So yeah, I mix them all the time. I've had good and bad experiences, and I wouldn't even necessarily say bad, but I would definitely say I think differently. Like I had to learn how to mix them. Like you can't just pour everybody in a bowl together. It don't work like that. So you do have to think about like-minded people. You do have to think about interests that are similar. You do have to think about behavior and how people act. You do have to think about people's attitudes. So I've done it. I've had good and bad. I would say I don't have to really say specifically about them, but I learned that I need to be mindful because I mixed friend groups, basically getting all the hosts together for this. Like I pulled women from all over the place in my life, but it was definitely something that, like I was strategic. Like y'all don't know, but so I write on my windows in my sunroom. Like I had y'all names. Like there was other people's names. I was like linking together and crossing out. Like it was a whole science to me. So it's definitely something strategic. But I have been through it to know why. Be mindful. Know your friends. Do not mix them because of their potential. Just like don't be with a man because his potential. Mix them because of who they are today. That's it. And if they a mess, believe them. Don't. All right, I'm done.
Okay, so I got a follow-up question real quick. So do you have any friends that you can just mix with anybody? Like, because you got like some friends you can't mix with some. Do you have any universal friends?
You probably. I mean, you're one of the most.
I just got a good record right now. I don't think that for real.
No, I mean, you're not gonna be everybody's favorite. I don't think everybody, just downright loves you, but I definitely think you are a person that can be, because it don't even have So this is the thing. You can mix friends without them having to create bonding relationships themselves. And I think that's what women forget. Like, it could just be a good time. Like, that time and space of what we did could just be fun. We went to dinner that night. We just had a banging ass brunch, and I enjoyed that woman in that time. So I think you're really good at that. I don't think, you as a whole, I don't think everybody would love you, but I definitely think you are really good with bringing people in, getting them to talk, because you will pick and get to know. Like, you gonna find something to get to know about somebody and like pull it, like fish it out of them. So you are definitely one. Do I have others? I definitely do have others. What I am learning is that, and this is a new lesson, there are more in my life than I thought. It's just important to pull on all your resources. So like, I hear women say all the time, like, I don't have any friends. And it's like, but you do. Like, the girls at work, the girls at your fitness class, the girls at this, like, just pull on them. Like, I think we only consider our best friends our real friends versus, the different layers of it. That's why we're having this conversation now, kind of just highlighting the value of everybody from different angles and from where they from, what they bring to you.
So what I'm getting is that you the Shawnee O'Neal.
What? I don't know basketball wives. Result.
She is.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. No, because Shawnee let me stop. I guess Shawnee doing it to be messy. But listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying to get us a reality show. So listen, I might be just I might be just like Shawnee. They're gonna have me in the room. I'm gonna be like, dang, I gotta get them to argue. That's not what this is about, but we need this check. So it's like, I'm playing. I ain't gonna sell y'all out unless it's a really big check. And then I'm gonna tell you, and we just gonna have to split it later.
You say Shawnee, Brittany, I say Mona. Like, I'm just playing.
Me and Missy could argue for a check. But I said me and Missy will argue. That's fine. She'll probably win.
I'm gonna love you after. It's a banter. But okay. So we about to pull from Sheila again, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull the next topic. I like when I can pull and choose to answer because I get to be a little.
Yeah, make sure you choose yourself too.
Messy.
And matter of fact, choose the person before you choose the question.
Oh, okay. Well, I looked at this one already, so you want me to pull a different one?
I think it's yours.
Okay. Who are your closest friends? Why are they your closest friends? All right, boom. Since they're gonna make me sit on last. Like I ain't right on. So boom, like I said, Shatura. That's been my A1 since day one. She like a binky. I ain't going nowhere without no fucking Shatura. Even if I go, I'm coming back. Then I got Amanda. That's my homie. I met her in high school. We played softball together. Also went to college together. And I actually have two very close male friends, Brian and Yancy, my dogs. But then as a grown woman, Des, you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
Amanda, Brian, Yancy, Des, and I have a lot of other friends too. Don't get it wrong, but my closest ones, like my dark days, these is my phone call list. Like, they on the list. Like, talking me off the ledge, I'm about to cut the fuck up. So
I want to point out something actually about that. We just met. Has it been? It's been a full year in September. It was a full year this past September, or was it? It was a full year past September. So we just met. Like, it hasn't been like forever. So I just want to point that out because, no new friends, everybody fake, blah, blah, blah. But it ain't like that. If you be open, and I tell everybody all the time, she slid in my DMs. Like, she flat out treated me like I was somebody.
I know a bad bitch when I see one.
Like, she slid in my DMs on me and then followed up like, you said we was hanging out. Where you at? And so I had to go. She forced me over her house, and I had a great time.
Don't make it like I held you captive.
You didn't hold me captive at all. You made me come though. Like you followed up to make me come. And then when I got there, I had a great time. But you definitely was like, you coming today? What time are you coming today?
So actually, y'all, I knew 50 first. So Dez's husband, I knew him from college. But me and Dez had become friends on Facebook. So when we was in Miami, I was like, okay, I'm about to slide in her DMs. We about to be cool for real. Because
we went to Miami for a wedding that we both at. And I was in the now, and so this is important because we don't do this, especially Black women, and I know I'm one of them. So,
me too, low key. But
we had only seen each other on Facebook. We had never met in person, and I was in the hotel lobby because my room wasn't ready, and she walked in, and like literally looked at me and was like, "Ain't you Dez?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she like, give me a hug. Like, it was so like, I was like, oh, okay. Look, anybody that's giving me this energy, I'm going to hug them back. Like, but that's not something, I know a lot of other people, you'd be like, I like your stuff on Facebook, but I don't speak in person. Like, why? Like, what are we doing? Why is that the case? So it's a really big deal. Like a really close friendship that I have now came really, not late in life, because I don't think I'm that old, but late in where I am in life right now. So be open. That's the story.
It was dope. It was dope. And she's been cool ever since. And you know, she a therapist and I got issues. So it's probably a match made in heaven. Michaela, who are your closest friends?
She already told us. Shylea.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Talia and
it's okay. I'm gonna just pull something else from Sheila.
Yeah. Don't get up to her.
Okay, but Shalia and Janet are my best. Close.
Right, shout them out again, period, because they're your best friends.
Say it louder because we couldn't hear you.
Shalia and Janet are my two closest friends.
Okay, Teresa. Oh, I was supposed to pick the person first, but sorry. Okay, but do you believe you can have more than one best friend? Why or why not? And do you have more than one best friend?
So you cut out a little bit, but you said, do you believe you can have more than one best friend?
Yeah, I'll read it again. Do you believe you can have more than one best friend? Why or why not? And do you have more than one best friend?
So yes and yes. I do have more than one best friend, and I definitely believe that you can, because your friends come with different characteristics, they bring different things to the table. And so where my childhood best friends, you know, they were a part of my life early on. And so they support me in a different way. My friend group that I'm with all the time, you know, one of the ladies that's a part of that group, I consider her to be my best friend as well. So I don't have, you know, two, I got technically three best friends, because I don't care what it is. That's my rider. Like, she gonna show up, whether it's money, watching my kids, whatever the case may be. I need a ride, she there. So I absolutely think that you can have multiple best friends, because, you know, it's not gonna always be like picture perfect. You can't put a friend in a box, and you need friends for different segments of your life.
I agree with that. Is there anybody who thinks that you can only have one best friend? Any of our hosts think that?
I kind of do. Maybe because I'm in my early years. But my best friend, Shalia, is just my best. Like, she's my best friend. And I say that because I have two college friends who I call my friends, but they're like really near and dear to my heart. And if it really came down to it, I would consider them my best friends. But I kind of think it's like a territorial thing. Like, my best friend is my best friend. And my best friend has a friend that she made in college. And it's fine. But I'm like, when she calls her friend, I'm like, that's it. Friend. Like,
so you think best friend is an exclusive title, like boyfriend and girlfriend? Like, you only got one. You can't share that with everybody.
And maybe when I get older, I'll see like I can have more than one best friend, but I feel like my best friend is like mine. Like you can have multiple friends, but your best friend is like your go-to person. That's the person you like your maid of honor type person. Like those are the people that you like hold near and dear to your heart, like your family. So not saying that my friends are not, but they just hold like different statuses for me. Like my friends, I know their families, but not like my best friend. Like I know all of my best friend family basically. She knows all of my family basically. So I think it's just like a fine line a little bit.
Listen to me. I'm over here about the bus. Girl, you say some damn early years again.
Okay, like my early 20s.
Listen, make me feel old then, Michaela. Make me feel old talking about some early years.
I'm saying my early 20s.
No, I'm
I
just
have to
messing
correct
with you.
myself a lot when I'm making my my hashtag videos. I have to correct myself. Like I say older sometimes, and I don't mean older. I mean like
Michaela, young people always do that.
sorry.
But regardless though, that's interesting because you're saying it because you think it might be because you're younger, but I think I know a bunch of women older than you, my age, older than me, who agree with you. You can only have one best friend, so it might not be that you just,
Yeah, there are a lot of people that feel that way.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna shake Sheila up again. Brittany.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you be best friends with the opposite sex? Do you have any besties of the opposite sex?
The answer is yes and yes. I have 2 guy best friends that I've been friends with since like middle school, high school time, and nothing ever like I've never gone like having feelings for them or they have feelings for me or anything like that. It's always been strictly platonic. So, and that kind of leads me into like, has there been an issue with like their girlfriends and I before? All the time. And it's not that I'm trying to make them feel uncomfortable. And it's like even times that I've like fallen back because I'm not even trying to like mess up your situation. I just want you to know or want you to feel comfortable with me being around and I kind of want to get y'all opinion. Do y'all think like it's my job to make her feel comfortable or is it my friend's, her boyfriend's job to make her feel comfortable?
Can I answer that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because Brittany knows, but anybody, well, you should know. I got 2 male best friends, Brian and Yancy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you, it's his job to make them feel comfortable, but ultimately, like it's up to you too, because he can try to set it up. But if your energy is just a little off, if you just a little standoffish, it's gonna like set off a red flag. And not because y'all necessarily doing anything. It's just because she's gonna be looking at you like this.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you need to, I think it is your job to make her feel comfortable out of love and loyalty for your friend.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
That's how I feel.
So like if Brian and Yancy are in a relationship, and like they live out of town now. So if they bring their girls in town, I'm being hospitable. I'm talking to them, making sure that if it's like me and any other like women in the room doing something, having a conversation, making sure I'm including her in that conversation, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Because I'm also a girlfriend. So I know
right.
If I feel left out, it's because they making me feel left out. And that's my boyfriend and a friend jointly. So you do kind of got to go out of your way to make sure that woman feels comfortable and knows that like, yeah, this is my friend, but I'm also going to always respect you as a woman. Like, so don't ever think that, I will cross boundaries. And I think it's their job to do the same when I get a boyfriend. They're supposed to make sure that they're showing that person like, hey, I ain't nothing to worry about, bro. And it's nothing but respect here. And I think that eases it, So I think so.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like everything is all good and dandy now, but in the past, it's been like little rifts or whatever, and I've just been like, look, sis, whatever I got to do to make you feel comfortable, because he happy, and as long as he happy, I'm happy. So whatever. But yes, I do think it's possible for you to have friends of the opposite sex, and it's possible to keep those friendships going and to keep them platonic.
Mm-hmm. Is there anybody who thinks who like, nah, that best friend shit, I don't be buying it, they be fucking? Who think that?
No, I was gonna say I don't think that. But I definitely kind of want to follow up a little bit. I think that it's everybody's responsibility as an ongoing situation as well. Mm-hmm. So my husband has a close female friend, and like never had any problems, but there was a time that I did feel like boundaries were crossed. And as his wife, for me, I had to be honest and transparent with her and let her know that I felt like those boundaries were crossed. And we had to have a really open, difficult conversation about it. Because, of course, she felt some type of way with me saying something, but at the same time, I can't exist as his wife and not speak how I feel either. And so that probably was one of the most growing moments for me when like helping to manage friendships, because I had to remember, even though I am expressing my boundaries and my issues, like this woman is important to him too. So I can't go left and she can't eat, you know what I mean? And so it kind of had to be dealt with like that. So I think it's just like a sense of maturity that has to come to the table from all parties and continuously, if that makes sense. Because if it wasn't handled right, like their friendship would be weird now, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I would have, if I didn't approach her the right way, I could have tainted how they continued it, So I definitely think it's just a maturity thing on all levels.
Okay, then I'm pulling the last topic out of Sheila. Okay.
All right. In the meantime, Mo Mel said that she agreed with you, Missy. I definitely extended myself to my male best friends. Girl, I actually embrace her before him when I see them with hugs and etc. I do as well.
Yeah, it's rules and respect and boundaries. Like,
and
you have to show that I'm respecting you as his woman. And since I'm a woman and you're his woman, there's just certain things that I have to do with you first, even though he's my friend. It's just the right thing.
But I ain't kissing. We had to get the follow-up comment too.
Period.
She thought about it like, but wait, real quick, let's make this part clear.
So. I ain't kissing no ass. And I get it, because you'll be able to feel, Marsha said
yes.
I think it has to be reciprocal. Like if I'm getting a certain energy from her, like if I'm trying and she being an asshole, I'll be like, all right, never mind. But yeah. I tried though. Okay, so the last one. I think this will be Michaela. What is friendship to you? How do you separate friends from associates?
She already done told us this.
Yeah.
So you said, what is friend to me?
Like, what does friendship mean to you? And how do you like differentiate somebody who just really cool versus somebody who's a friend?
So I just had to get to this point. I always used to say, like, that's my friend, that's my friend, that's my friend. And I think it took my mom to say, like, everybody's not your friend. Please go, Ma. Oh my God, because
she in the room.
Tell her to come on in the conversation.
My mom is an avid watcher though, so I'm not mad.
She
definitely will slide on in because she always be in the conversation anyway.
No, but anyway, I honestly think like she had to tell me, because I always said like everybody my friend, because I'm learning. I don't have boundaries. But I always said like my friends. And I think I was in high school once, and she's like, your friends won't put you in situations like that. So you need to understand the difference between a friend, somebody that genuinely has your back, and somebody that's just like you cool with, hey, how you doing? You know, we cordial, we can past that. Like, I think for me, friendship is, I look at you like my family. I look at you as if you won't do anything to me to hurt me or harm me, and I won't do anything to hurt you or harm you. My family is going to embrace you. Your family should, as your friend, your family should embrace me as just that. Like, I'm not coming in all hostile and crazy.
Right.
So friendship to me is like a genuine relationship that I have with someone. What was the second part of the question?
How do you differentiate friends from associates? But I think you,
I think she just
I think you pretty much answered that in your answer. But yeah, I think that's very mature, you, Michaela. Like, I think you
right.
pretty much got it.
We need an immature 23-year-old. She like us.
Yes. So how do you differentiate like close friends from associates? Just because I know like you're a socialite, your husband is a promoter, and it's a lot of people around y'all. What?
She just made up that I was a socialite, but okay.
Right.
Like, you just made.
Are you not
I'm
a
confused.
socialite?
You know what? I am, because
But you are a socialite, like you're leading golden socialites, baby.
Talk to her, Teresa. Talk to
Socialite.
me.
no.
So yeah, like I said, it's a lot of people around y'all. It's a lot of people around y'all all the time. So I think this is a good question for you because, you know, I know a lot of people try to work their way into y'all circles too.
Okay,
so
now
how
I'm
do
gonna
you
be honest.
differentiate?
Come on, Shani.
How do I differentiate? So, okay, you know what? I'm glad you asked me this, because let me tell you, people do be trying it. And it is difficult. I mean, it's
Melissa, girl, Melissa.
you are Melissa. But okay, so I'm gonna be honest. My husband being a promoter does create situations where I and him have to be a little bit more side-eyed. It ain't necessarily like people like beating down a door trying to get in parties for real for free, but it's kind of like that sometimes, you know? So it's just like you kind of got to decide, you know, is this person here for me when it ain't about going to a party or going to a concert or being connected to something necessarily. So for me, I don't use the term friend lightly. I do think there are different levels of friends though. So it has to be, all levels has to be somebody that I feel like I can confide in. So I'm a therapist now, but I think that just naturally my entire life, I've been a person that people can lean on, a person that people can talk to. I think I'm easy to talk to. I think people feel like they can connect with me. So I've always been somebody that other people can go to. So it's really important for me to have friends that I can go to with my problems and I can go to and I can process with. And I don't do that with a lot of people, just being honest. And there's multiple reasons why, but it's just mainly the biggest thing is that I have to be able to be completely myself. So I'm a lover. I give. I'm all about encouraging other people. But, you know, like I have insecurities. I have, you know, things that I need to talk through. I need processing. I need somebody to tell me that dress is cute. You know, like I need all the things that everybody else need, even though I'm really good at giving them to other people. So it's important for me that my friends are able to see that and do it without me having to ask you a bunch of times.
Reciprocation.
Yeah. That's
why I wanted to ask you because it's a lot of people around. So I just wanted to know what you particularly had to say about that.
And it is. And I will say something that I've learned from my husband is a person, because he has like thousands of layers of friends. And everybody feels like they're the closest. And I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but everybody thinks they're his closest friend. And so that's definitely something that like has to be maneuvered the right way so you don't step on people's feelings, because everybody think they the best friend in the world. So it's like it's just he works in a world where, you know, you get praise. Well, it's not even real praise, but it's like the fake fame of the little party. And, you know, like, and I'm going to bluntly say it like that because to live in that world, you got to know that it's completely fake. It's an illusion. It's not real. But people buy into it. And there are people that are around solely for that, or they do try to break into that circle. But I'm a very real person and he is too. So like we can like spot him real quick and he'd be like, get out of here. And it don't ever be aggressive. It don't mean nothing. Like if that mean I got to get you in the party for free this one time, but you better believe you'll never do it again. You know, sorry.
No, it's cool. I just wanted your perspective on that.
Yeah, that's a real conversation we've had in our marriage. That is something like we talk about often, like this person, like we do discuss together and debrief about people in our lives.
Debrief.
Yeah.
Debrief. That was a good word. But that was all I had for Sheila's topics.
I don't know why I keep clicking her. She got all the good comments. Okay, well then let's go through some comments. So friendship is sharing similar values, loyalty, consistent support. Associates are high and by people. We may share a space from time to time, but we haven't established a growing friendship on any level. So growing friendship
that was well articulated.
It was similar values, loyalty, and a consistent support. Demetria Robinson, get us together, girl. Mm-hmm. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Values, loyalty. So, okay. So here's something I actually want to talk about a little bit real quick because I feel like loyalty is subjective, and I feel like it doesn't really exist. I feel like we are all loyal until a certain point. I feel like everybody has a price. It might not actually be money, but I just do. And so, what do y'all think about that? And it might just be it might be trauma. I don't know, but I genuinely feel like loyalty. There's always a price, and I feel like for me, it's important to know that when navigating friendships because that's how I manage expectations.
I think, as a friend, when expecting loyalty, it's important that you understand that other people have a right to boundaries as well. Mm-hmm. So like when you have friends, of course, you're going to lean on each other and depend on each other for certain things. However, is that mine? Oh, however, you can't get mad when your friend draws a boundary with you, especially if they have other priority. Like, especially sometimes you're not always their first priority. So I think it's like, we should expect loyalty. You get what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't be wondering if you're talking about me behind my back or helping somebody hurt me. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we have to understand that just because we're friends doesn't mean I'm always your top priority and vice versa, because people have families, people have spouses, people have children. And so I think that's important to think about when we're expecting loyalty from people. Mm-hmm. You know, be a friend for me. That means support. That means consistency. And that means honesty. But also, no, that does not mean your friend cannot tell you no.
Mm-hmm. Or you can expect your friend to do something that is out of character for them.
Or stretches them in a way where they might suffer consequences that you can't help them come back from.
Yeah.
So
loyalty isn't always having somebody that's gonna say yes. That's not loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but some people think so.
Yeah,
some people do think so, but that's not loyalty. That's just somebody that's gonna say yes to everything.
Yeah,
I mean, because you just said it. If there's a price at some point where that loyalty may be broken,
mm-hmm.
for those individuals that always say yes, but put in a situation, you might get a no from them.
Yeah, so I think people will get to a point where they like real life go against loyalty for a certain price. And who knows what that might be. It could be extreme, but I just, and I think it's kind of like a mix of what Teresa and Missy are saying, because basically you just have to realize like where friendship falls on the totem pole, like as far as like other relationships and what's really going on in your life,
Mm-hmm. I feel like I've had a
Oh,
friend.
sorry.
We're not friends anymore, but she was somebody that I grew up with since like elementary school, and we went to different high schools, and then I started making other friends. So she thought it was unloyal for me to always, hang out with them. And it wasn't like I was like not hanging out with her, but I go to school with these people. I'm in, groups with these people. So of course I'm gonna be with them more. But she thought it was so unloyal for me to like not be like always be with them. And she never wanted, the thing is like she never wanted to meet me where I was at. She always wanted me to meet her where she was at, like hang with her and her friends. But she never wanted to come around me and my friends. And it was always like, oh well, every time I would ask her like, hey, let's go do such and such with, my friends over here, she'd be like, oh well, I don't get along with everybody and this. So it's just like, well, what do you want from me, sis? I'm trying to include you. I'm trying to be loyal. So like you said, like loyal is subjective. Like everybody has their own definition of what they think loyalty is. So if sis thought I was being loyal, then I guess I was being disloyal. Then I guess I was just loyal to him.
I got a question for everybody.
So I I want to respond to Brittany really quick. Same. So that's kind of like a similar experience for me. It's like I know we can say over and over like that's not the definition of loyalty as much as we want and go around in circles, but some people legit feel like they legit feel like you being disloyal when you don't say yes. You make other friendships. You grow. You know what I mean? In whatever way that you have to go. So it's just like, I think that it's just difficult. And for me, what I'm learning too is that I have to treat my friendships like relationships. And just like I have to put my expectations out on the table for my boo, I got to put my expectations out on the table for my friends. Yeah. And that's just kind of what I've learned from that type of situation that Brittany was talking about.
I got a question. And this is something that I be seeing on Facebook that I just want to ask y'all real quick. It is just like a quick yes or no question. Like I really want it to be yes or no. I just want to know. All right, quick question. You see your friend's man out with another girl. You telling yes or no?
Absolutely.
My friend's man.
Yeah,
I'm telling.
I'm telling.
Taking a picture, a video, and I'm probably going up to him because you got me.
And you took the words out of my mouth. Not only am I telling, what you doing?
I'm FaceTiming you. Like
I'm blowing it up. I'm blowing it up. The FaceTime will be loading, and I already blew it up. Yes.
Does it matter which friend it is?
It don't matter to me.
Yep, it matters.
It matters.
It doesn't matter to me.
Why does it matter?
Because it's not my place to bust up everybody relationship.
Exactly.
But it's a couple people. I got spots in a couple people places that I'm blowing it up, baby. But some other people, I might have to just take the picture and send it, or I might have to go over your house tomorrow, and we gotta have a talk, and then I'm gonna show you the picture. Or sometimes it ain't my business. And
my name is Bennett, and
I hate to say that.
Is there a situation where you will go up and say something?
If you see mine somewhere, you better
tell
if we friends or not. I need the picture. So I said I hate to say that. Sometimes my name is Bennett and I ain't in it, because the way I feel is if you see mine somewhere, I don't care if we friends or not. If you got to send me the inbox on the suggested friend messenger, I need that picture about you. Like,
send it, girl. Send it.
Send it. I don't care who you are. You can send it to me.
Well, I got a question.
But that
is there ever a situation where you checking the dude and never, you know what I'm saying? Like, is there any situation, like, does it always matter which friend? Do you have a rule you stick with? Or is it like, is it an all the time rule? Does it depend?
Melissa.
I had a situation like that a few years ago. Like, I was really close with, the guy I was dating, he was close with a lot of guys. And the guy that he was close with, he was cheating, or supposedly cheating, on his girlfriend. And I was like kind of cool with the guy, but not like super cool. But I did say something to him about, like, why are you doing this? You got a whole woman. I mean, of course, at this time we're in high school, so it's probably like whatever. But me as a woman, I'm like, listen, why do y'all keep laughing at me? What am I doing? But me as a woman, I have to take that step to make sure that she good. Like, if I want that in return, like, it don't have to be me talking to the girl, but somebody talk to my man. Like, listen, you got a good girl. Figure this shit out. Like, stop what you're doing. This is not it. So I did have that situation, but did it solve anything? No. But I did my womanly duties.
That's important. Do y'all feel like y'all got womanly duties?
I just feel like sometimes, because listen, I am a woman and I also know women.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if you butt in and tell somebody about their man, first of all, before you tell them, they probably already know. That's number one. Number two, if you butt in and sometimes you quickly become the bad guy. Like, that man will flip that shit on your ass, and now you not friends with your friend no more. You can't go over there. He hate when you call. Every time you call, it's an argument. She can't hang with you no more. All that stuff. So it's like literally I can count on one hand the friends I'm gonna blow the spot on for, but outside of them, I ain't saying shit.
Listen, it's some people that I'm taking pictures, I'm giving FaceTimes, I'm doing the absolute most. I might even walk up to dude and be like, "What are you doing?" Dude,
yes,
like
yes.
she on her way up here, like you already caught, so you can chill out. But some people I'm really like, like associates, like, "Hey girl, I see you here, I see you there," and then I see your man over here with, "Oh girl, I don't know if I'm gonna go that route because I don't know you well enough to know if you gonna come at me on some other stuff." And then 9 times out of 10, you gonna end back with dude anyway.
You are going back with him.
So, I get what Michaela's saying about the womanly duty. I get that. But it's only so many people I'm gonna get at, I'm gonna get that energy too.
As a 28-year-old woman, I've been in a situation where that's blown up in my face, and since then,
Jenny Jan said she's had it happen to her, instantly turned into her being the source of the problem.
See, I don't have the energy for that because I'm slapping everybody. How am I the problem? What?
I agree.
Actually, you do not want to have to read your friend about her man,
right? Like,
when she feels stupid, now she mad at you.
Now you mad at me. Okay. Now I gotta read you and him for filth. Okay.
Oh, dear, we kind of need to.
It can definitely turn bad. It can turn bad when you make the decision to say something. It can turn bad because it can end your friendship depending upon the person and how or where they are in their relationship. I've actually had it happen. But it had to be told.
I had it happen with a cousin, y'all, my own cousin.
Wait. Teresa said it had to be told. So do you still stand by that? You feel like you had to say it, even though
I absolutely had to say it. I absolutely had to say it. Number one, I had to say it because this was a very important person in my life. This was my family. And so our relationship ended up becoming broken behind this. But I'm gonna give you a heads up that this nigga got you walking around looking like a fool. Boo. Because apparently you must don't know. I'm just saying.
Because you must not know.
You can't know.
I think they be knowing.
They know.
I think they be knowing too.
We all
know. I promise. She may have had an inclination of him doing something, but not with the person that it was done with.
Dimitri, what?
What?
Listen, she tied too. Christian, go. What?
I know they didn't. So that's why you can't say nothing.
So I struggle because it just ain't my bid. Like, for me, I don't think it's The only reason that I be stepping back is just because some people might find out and they do choose to stay. So it's like it just ain't for me to be the bearer of bad news. But like I said, there's certain people I'm blowing the spot up, and they know, and I know, and so what? It is what it is, my baby. That's all I got for them.
All right, I'm done with Sheila's topics. I'm gonna stop being messy. I just wanted to ask y'all that because my cousin stopped talking to me behind that.
Intuition is real. They be knowing. They just hope nobody else know. Hey, girl.
And they get embarrassed to get married too. You know what I'm saying?
So the T is intuition is real. They be knowing. They just hope.
Come on, Mo.
No. They just hope nobody else know. And that's what it's always about. But okay, but then so
Mo
should we
been
have
coming
a
with
conversation
this shit all
about
night.
so then maybe we need to have a conversation about why do we blame our friends when our friends come to us and tell us what's going on? Have you ever blamed your friend? Has that ever happened to anybody here or in the comments?
No. Hell no.
Are you sure?
Tell me.
This is the thing too. Are you sure? Think about it.
No.
No.
Okay, let us know.
Tell me.
I was in high school and I was like in love. And my friend at the time, like genuinely, I was in class. It was around prime time. She came to my room and she like, I need to talk to you now. And I'm like, okay. I'm thinking something. I don't know. Like, you all right? So she pulled me out of class. We talked. She like, I see at this time, me and Dude, like, we going through something. And I don't follow him on social media, nothing. She like, you seen him posting homegirl? Whoop, whoop, whoop. I said, where? She showed me the picture. I got mad at her. I said, you lying.
No, okay, no.
She showed me the picture. And now that I think about it, I was so upset at him that I took it out on her. Like, how dare you?
I'm so glad you said that.
I think about it to this day. Like, our friendship, we still like are associates, but we're not friends. And I don't even want to hang out with her because I'm so embarrassed. Like,
dang.
I took it to the extreme. Like, I stopped talking to this girl.
You better bring
friends with this
to the Go to Girls podcast.
And she genuinely came to me and told me that my man was cheating on me with some light skin. I said, I honestly didn't know how to feel. I think I was so young, I didn't know how to internalize it and say, like, this happened to me and I don't know how to deal with it. So I'm going to just take it out on you.
I have a question, Michaela.
What?
Okay.
Why y'all laughing?
Wait.
Michaela's nuts.
I need Destiny to stop laughing so I can stop laughing.
I'm done.
It was the some light skin for me. I felt that in girl. I felt that in my soul. I felt
so apparently he was cheating on her with some light skin, and Michaela is upset about it.
You already called Becky with the good hair.
Most aggressive she used the whole story. Some light skin. That was the problem. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to laugh at you. Look at her face.
It was for some light skin for me. But Michaela, now that you're a little bit older.
This was like 5 years ago, Michaela. You cannot still be mad about this.
No,
but I was gonna say, like, do you feel like there's any hope that y'all could be friends again, or you just feel like that's just done?
Honestly, it probably could be, but the way, like, I mean, I just feel like she's messy. And not in that way. Like, I just feel like, as a person, like, if I'm doing good, she kind of hate her in a way. So I'm good on the situation. I wish I would have handled it different then. But now I'm like, I see what you do now at 23. So I just don't want to deal with that. Like, you can deal with that from over there. I like your pictures, hey girl, but that's where it ends.
Okay, so Missy, what's you had a face. So what's your
I was about
comment?
to say, Missy, you going or I'm going? Because
Right.
I feel like it's gonna take too much time, so I wouldn't go. I'm long-winded.
Boom. You know who finna do it for us? Because the comments is always popping. And so we're gonna start with Miss Marcia. What's the question?
Are you still embarrassed by what you did?
And what's your answer?
Absolutely.
So, okay. So
I
this is
appreciate an honest person.
I do too. And I'm here for Marcia, girl. We're going to lunch. I miss you.
Marcia,
um
her and Mo and Demetria.
Demetria again.
Today,
I really want to talk about
reading-
Jenny G and Jen.
oh, Jenny G and Jen too.
Yes. But so real quick, KK. Just be open. So she told you because she came to you and told you about your boo. You got mad at her, right? And you snapped on her, and then y'all kind of quit talking. So now you feel like she a hater. She probably is because she don't like you. I mean, that's just because you got mad at her over a dude. So now you are one of those type of girls.
Yeah.
So that's why you over to the side.
Mm-hmm.
So is it possible that maybe if you reached out and y'all fixed that part, the hating part that you feel probably won't be there anymore if you talk about the embarrassment and apologize for what you did wrong a long time ago?
I probably could go back and maybe we can just be associates. And I'm not saying that I'm not open to a friendship, but I know what I did wrong. And of course I can go back and say, blah, 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 blah. But as far as like growing friendship, I feel like how we've been talking about all night, these friendships come in layers. So I feel like she's more of my best friend's friend now. And that's fine. Like you can be in that group. I don't really want to be friends. Like,
but is that because of the sourness you created?
No, it's not. It's how the lifestyle she lives now. Like, I mean, I'm just not a drama person. I feel like if I was to hang out with this person, I would be getting into fights at the club. Like, no, I'm not putting myself in that position for anybody. I mean, if it's my best friend, my ride or die, absolutely.
Most
somebody that I don't.
It's the comments for me. Michaela ain't going.
She not having it. She like, no, I don't like her. It don't have nothing to do with me. She not my style. I ain't mad at it. I'm just
the thing is just I think the thing we trying to
people that you were friends, your friend group that you had, like you're not hating on them. You just can't be friends today.
But the only thing I'm gonna say about this, and Michaela, like I don't know the girl, so you might be spot on with this girl. I don't know. But what I'm gonna say is, I think this thinking is sometimes why Black women don't have the relationships they could have, because of that situation, you developed a taste in your mouth already. So now everything she does,
but you
whether you know if it's justified or not, it's already adding to that sour taste in your mouth. Because it's easier for you to say fuck it than to have to admit that you're wrong. But the thing is that I think, and like this whole month we've been talking about friendship. So if y'all haven't listened to the previous episode that we had about friendships, go listen. But one thing that I think that Black women have a problem with in friendships sometimes is 1, forgiveness, and 2, accountability. And I just think that sometimes we write other women off very quickly because of maybe one thing they did that we didn't like, or because of something that happened a long time ago, and we might have both grown from it, but I won't give you that chance because of some old shit. So, that's something we do. Like I said, I don't know that girl, so you might be spot on with her, but I just think we have to be more open and forgiving with each other because our boundaries are so hard with other women sometimes. And I think we have the potential to be a little more loving and show a little more tenderness towards each other, you know. But it's whatever.
I think after this episode, I mean, probably not after, but like, I will reach out to the girl and, you know, just make amends. But I think I missed the part hang out with this girl after the fact, and I just don't like the energy that I'm around when I'm with her. Like,
But is it possible that energy is there because of the sour situation y'all had back then? Because listen,
I think that attributes
certain
to
things that
her
you
feelings
just
about
don't-
her.
I just think it's certain certain things you don't do. Like, I don't know. This is the situation I was in. It was my best friend's birthday. This was 2 or 3 years ago. And the girl, she's like sitting around on the couch and like flaunting this ring. And she's like, I'm engaged. We're like, okay, you know, cool, great. Like, that's good for you. I don't know if it's true or not, but that same night, the guy's like, we're not engaged. So it's shit like that I'm like, if you're gonna lie, I mean, I don't know if he's lying or you're lying, but
you
that's what I'm saying. You assume she was lying because you got a sour taste. You didn't assume he was lying. You assumed she was lying.
Demetrius said grace is needed in some cases.
Genuinely, if you're engaged, you're on one accord. Like, we're engaged.
But how you know it's not him that's lying and not her?
Because how are you? I mean, to me,
even if it's just a joke.
No, she had a ring.
So
how is he? So if she has a ring, who you think bought it?
We're in the same room. I mean, we're in the same room, and my best friend, like, of course we get drunk. My best friend asked openly, and he said no in front of all of us. So.
But so this is the thing. You're trying you're putting in a lot of effort to prove.
I can't wait till you learn men, girl. They will lie under, and everybody in the room will be calling them a liar. You will show them receipts, and they will lie to your motherfucking face.
Yeah. So the thing is, you don't realize it, but you're putting in a lot of effort to prove her wrong because you got a bad taste in your mouth. And the only reason we really pointing this out to you is because it's important to know when you got a bad taste in your mouth for somebody. So because you need to catch that lens. Like Missy always tell me, like you have a tainted lens for her. Whenever she pop up, it go down. You like, nope, shade. And so you got to be aware that you always looking through shade when dealing with her, so that you have to catch yourself. Like, maybe he lying. Maybe it's a joke.
I got a question. I got a real quick question.
Maybe it's her, but I feel like people come in your life at different times, like we've been talking about, and I just feel like I don't want her in my life.
Yeah, that's okay. That's wrong with that. But see, so the dude that she told you about, like, remember when she told you about the dude you was talking to? Who did you cut off first, her or him?
I mean, genuinely, when I first found out, I cried to her about it. But me being young, I was like, this my name.
So who do you cut off first, her or him?
I initially cut him
off.
The
same thing.
I cut him off. And then for the rest
of did you give him another? What I'm saying is, did you talk back to him and cut her off completely?
Yeah, I did go back to him, which is your point. I did go back to him and I did cut her off for the nonsense. And like I said, I don't have a problem amending that relationship. That's not a problem for me because I'm growing now.
So this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it.
Wait, Great Brad hand up.
Okay. Because I don't want you to think we picking on you or nothing. I'm just
standing up for myself. That's all.
Yeah, like this is coming from like we probably all done been in this situation before, and it's like we probably just giving you like bits and pieces and like thoughts that we have because I feel like in this situation you just don't like the girl because she brought up something that was probably hard for you to deal with, and at this point you just like I don't want nothing to do with her. at this point. So everything she do is probably just getting under your skin. And it's easier for you to just be like, F her, I don't want to talk to her, she this, she that. But I feel like just making amends with her and just like identifying like, you know what, I probably don't like this girl because she brought up something that was probably real, you know, messed up for me to deal with. And just making amends with her, you know, like, hey girl, we had this situation back in the day, but it's swept under the rug. And it's gonna do more for you than it do for her. It's gonna do way more for you.
Yeah.
Because like I've had to, you know, have situations where I felt one of my, you know, when somebody that I was close to was pushing up on my man, and I felt some type of way and held it in, and everything that she did got on my nerves. Everything that baby girl did got right under my skin. But you know what? I had to let that go. I'm so tired of Maisha, dog. I had to let it go because it really didn't. It, you know what? Old dude wasn't nothing anyway. It wasn't nothing to feel he wasn't nothing to feel no type of way about anyway. You know what I'm saying? And this girl, you know, this relationship might bring a blessing to you. You never know. So you don't want to walk around with, you know, like no ill will about anybody for no reason. Especially if you found it necessary to even like give old boy another chance. And he was the one that was like doing some BS to you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The last thing I'm gonna say is just I think Black women, we could grow something really special if we gave each other half of the grace that we give men. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I was just gonna say, Michaela, because for you to say this is me standing up for myself, to me, it sounds like you feel a little bit of attacked, and I don't want you to feel that way at all.
I mean, but I feel a little bit attacked, but the process and the journey that I'm on now, I'm just trying to speak up, not even speak up for myself, but I'm always the person that's like, okay. And I'm not like, I'm not argumentative. I'm not like debative. I don't really say anything that goes against what I'm saying. Like, if you say that, okay, cool. That's how I used to be, but that doesn't get me anywhere. And I feel like that's where I'm at right now. I feel like sometimes I'm not heard, which is what I'm trying to express. Like, you know, maybe I said it the wrong way and I didn't mean to say it like that, but I felt like I had to say something quickly, but it wasn't that I felt like, oh my God, everybody's beating me up. No, I just felt like in that moment I needed to continue on this journey and say, like, you may be right. However, I feel this way.
Yeah. So
you can't have of opinions. I guess that's ultimately what I was trying to say. Like,
oh, absolutely. And so this is the thing that I don't think any of us want you to necessarily just kind of yes us and say that you agree with us at all. I do want you to know that we are, and I hate when people say it to me, but it's true. We're a little older, and so we've been kind of through these situations. And it's not necessarily that you have to take our opinion of it at all, but that's kind of like the lens that we coming out of it with. And then also like the whole purpose of this for all of us is to kind of grow and all of us to get checked. And, you know, like we've all left episodes like, dang, I need to change this in my life. You know, I do need to go back and check some things, you know, so it's definitely not necessarily an attack. It is something though. It is a space that all of us see for growth for you. And it's definitely up to you to go on that journey. But our advice, and I think I can say as all four of us sitting here, is to try to make the amends. And kind of like Jenny Jen said earlier, I'm trying to find the comment. You may not be able to grow the relationship, but you could just make amends type of thing. Just because we know, and I'm going to say from my own personal experiences, I know that making amends is like Mo said, it's going to be more so for you than that person because you are a sweetheart. You are the type of person that, you know, you do hold you hold people accountable for the way that they make you feel. And so it's important to know that in that situation, you may have brought on the way that you feel more so than she did, and to acknowledge it that way, if that makes sense. So, but definitely, I don't want you to feel attacked or anything like that. I think it's just more of a reflective moment that we are kind of bringing up. But I appreciate you for being so vulnerable.
No problem.
Sorry, guys. I do it all the time. Reflective listening. This is so awesome. Self-checking is imperative. It is imperative. And it's the hardest thing in the world for me to do. Like, self-checking is, I avoid things too because I know I got to check myself. Like, it's definitely a difficult thing to do.
I hate doing that shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Do you guys check your friends?
Huh?
How often do you check your friends?
It don't even be more of a check. It's just more talking. Like, if they're having a situation that they want to talk about, it's more about us talking through it. Like, okay, I'm on your side, because if you feel in a way, I'm on your side, and I'm going to validate your emotions. But let's figure out how to either avoid it next time, or like, what did you do, or what caused it? You get what I'm saying? But it's not a check. It's just, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it all the way through, not just from a, oh, fuck them perspective, but also either how did I invite this into my life, or did I instigate it, or, did I do anything to make them misunderstand? Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree. I agree with Missy 100%. It's not like a check-in. It's like, okay, I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to listen to what you have to say. 9 times out of 10, I'm on your side. But let's figure out a way, like, you could go about this differently next time. You know what I'm saying? Let's try a different thought process. Because I welcome it. Please check me. Please. So if we can have a situation where we could bounce, opinions off of each other, and 9 times out of 10, like, I love it when my friends hold me accountable. Like, if I'm in the wrong in a certain situation, let me know, and let me know what I could have done better. So we could, that's how you grow. And that's how you grow as, as friends, holding each other accountable.
Absolutely. All right, ladies, thank you so much for the conversation. That was really awesome. So we're going to transition just a little bit into one of our favorite parts of the show, which is called Gold or Bold. And we're going to talk about a few different topics really quick. So the first one that we want to talk about is this weekend. So this weekend, me and Missy actually were in Miami, but apparently the topic of everybody's timeline was Miami this weekend because it was spring break for college students. Michaela, you actually probably seen more people than anything, because every person we asked how old they were 23. So you probably seen a whole bunch of people. But yeah, when we were in Miami, now listen, COVID is real and kids were everywhere. We had to stay away from them. Now I don't want to call y'all kids, but Lord have mercy. It was so many of y'all. But Miami basically shut the city down at 8 p.m. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday while we were there. And when I say shut the city down, they shut the city down. Like, they shut the entire island down. If you've ever been to Miami Beach, they shut the whole Miami Beach down. All stores. That means any food, any water, everything. Like, everything completely got shut down at 8 o'clock. And so, yeah, spring break Miami, gold or bold. Them kids still had a time. I think I've seen videos of a girl that was dancing on a car. Her boyfriend grabbed her off. I seen oh shoot, I forgot the other ones. But what's funny is I didn't see any of this stuff in person. But apparently Miami was off the hook when I was somewhere else, because I don't know where I didn't see none of this. But we weren't with them either. But okay, Miami spring break. What do y'all think? Gold or bold?
All right, so I was down there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Miami spring break, to me, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna say gold, only because these college students have been locked up a whole year and some change, maybe. They haven't been able to get the full college experience. And so, of course, at that age, and it's spring break, and I just got old enough to drink, maybe, I'm busting the fuck out. You get what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Irresponsible, probably. But how many of y'all was responsible at 21, 22, 23? So I seen a little glimpse of them walling out. But I couldn't be mad because I know maybe 5 years ago, that would have been my ass hanging out the sunroof doing the absolute most. So I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit about these kids for doing it, especially after being locked up for a year. So I'm gonna say go. I understand COVID guidelines, and y'all, I ain't even trying to make it like that was okay. But what I'm trying to say is I understand where they're coming from. And I know at that age, I'd have probably been on the same tip. They was wild, but you got to also understand that the media is going to show the worst of the worst that happened. That probably wasn't the whole weekend. That was probably the few spectacles that happened over the weekend, but we wasn't all the way there. But I'm just saying, 23, that probably would have been my ass. I ain't gonna hold you up.
Anybody else want to talk about it?
23-year-old me went to Miami for spring break, and I cut the fuck up. So I could definitely understand it. It's go for me. It's go for me.
What does that look like, Brittany?
I definitely understand. Like, I probably would have did the same thing if I was in school. Like, I understand like the COVID guidelines going on, but everybody else is traveling. Everybody else is having a good old time. Why can't I? I'm not living with my parents, so I'm not really putting nobody else at risk besides me. When I go back to school, I'm going to probably quarantine in my dorm anyway because classes is online. So why not?
Are they even staying in the dorms or are they at home?
I don't know. I think a lot of people are still on campus. But however, I would have been down there acting a fool too. So it's a goal for me.
Being that I just graduated almost like a year ago, I think it's go because college, the media doesn't talk about how much it puts on your mental capacity, college, like just in general, like going to class every day, having all of these assignments, 4 or 5 assignments due every week. Do I agree with them trashing Miami? No. But they've been locked down for a year. They don't know. I don't want to say they don't know, but you kind of don't know. Like a year ago, we were going out. We were mask free. We were having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And now I got to sit at home. And some of them probably are back at their parents' house like, oh, you can't go out at this time. You can't do this. You can't do that. So they like, it's time to live.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go.
All right, go. From the 23-year-old herself. Listen, that's our spokesperson. So whatever she says is what we say for all the people her age. Teresa, what you think?
I'm gonna give it a go. They just want to have fun at this point. I'm gonna also give Miami a go for shutting the city down at 8:00 to try to contain folks. So,
gotcha. So, I'm actually the opposite. I give. I'm gonna say go for the kids. I keep calling them kids, and they not, but that's. Being there this weekend, it was very enlightening. I got ma'am, so they got kidded because they called me ma'am. So we just. I said I have never had something hit me that hard. I said, excuse me.
Wah, wah, wah.
It was so serious, and it was a cute question. It was about an outfit, but it was ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Can you? This outfit cute, right? I said. Who is she talking to?
I ain't got the ma'am yet, but I know I'm approaching ma'am.
You were standing with me. You got ma'am at the same time. You was a ma'am.
Girl, we ma'am at the same time.
Anyway, so I will say for them, It's gold that they got out. Now, listen, they had a time. Now, the bits and pieces that I did see, baby, they had a good time. They was renting them Lamborghinis. They rented all them slingshots. They was in them convertibles. They had a time. Like,
we saw a crew of kids in the golf cart fucking shit up.
like
they was fucking that golf cart up. They ran on every curve. It was bad.
They had a time, but it is because they literally have been in the house for a year. And so it's like, now I actually disagree with Teresa about shutting Miami down. I think that I understand why they shut Miami down. I definitely get that. They did it very wrong. Being there and watching it, we were offended. Like, we was like, we gonna cuss the police out. Like,
it was fucked up. The way they did it, like
really
I get
to watch
how it was on the news. It was fucked up.
So, okay, so here's the thing. I know that it was like on CNN and stuff like that. And I guess it got announced sometime during the day. We're changing Miami's curfew to 8:00 and we're shutting everything down. But even shutting everything down doesn't mean the 24-hour 7-Eleven, the 24-hour gas station, stuff like that. So 8:00 in Miami is high. Like, the sun is still beaming. Everybody's still at the beach. So there was no... When you went into the beach, the police were checking bags and everything. There was no announcement to anybody that they were shutting the city down. So the only reason we knew was because one of our grown friends, cousin, called her, who lives in Houston, and said they were talking about it on CNN. And she was like, and it was like 7:30 and we were sitting on the beach and we were like, dang, we got to get...
Mind you got these kids probably thinking that because I'm outside, I don't need a mask. And there was nobody on the beach saying, put your mask up. Like nobody was saying anything like that.
But now they were on the beach. They actually, to be honest, everybody had their space. I will say that. They spread out really good on the beach. The problem was they didn't know that that it was about to be shut down. So they're drunk on the beach. I'm talking about we watching girls stumble into the sand because they're drunk.
A girl dropped her phone in the water and she was in shallow water.
Like,
she was just lit, but she was young and on spring break. Like,
and so
they on the beach getting lit.
Yeah. We got up to leave when we find out that the curfew was coming in about 30 minutes. But mind you, they don't know. They're not watching CNN. They have no idea. Now the police are out here with them, but they're not saying we about to shut down. They did say the beach closed at 8, but the beach closed at 10 in Miami all the time. That doesn't mean that anything's actually closed. Like, you know what I mean? So we went and got dressed. We can't because we were going out to some grown people stuff away from them. So we went and got dressed. We came back out. Kids were wandering the streets, starving and drunk, and whining because they could not find food or water because every single business on that island shut down and they did not tell them that they were going to do it. Like,
even the 7-Eleven, like they were starving.
There was no access to nothing. And even all the hotel bars shut down. They shut it down, and them kids did not know it was coming. And they
couldn't get off the island to go get food. They couldn't DoorDash food. They couldn't get a Uber. They couldn't get a Lyft.
They blocked
They had to you could that night out with no food.
Ubers could not come onto the beach, like onto the island. So they literally would, like, I remember we were walking because we had a friend that picked us up. We were walking to meet her, and there was a girl sitting on the street, like kind of balled up, like, I'm just so hungry. I don't know what I'm gonna eat. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they doing this to them. Like, it was so bad. But I get it, because listen, it was 1 billion people down there. So I get it. They really could have did it better. They treated them like cattle almost. And it was, and we really, and to the point that, like, I had to start checking people, like hotel staff and stuff. Like, I'm not a spring breaker, but I shouldn't have to explain to you that I'm not a spring breaker. Why are you treating people like this? Like, you're not talking to me like this. Like, I started jumping into people's stuff. Like, why are you talking to her with that attitude? Like, she paid $280 a night to be here and you don't even have towels. Like, they treated them wrong. And they took that. And Miami mayor got on and made a whole statement about like the revenue is not worth it. We're just gonna shut it down. You shut it down on Saturday at spring break. Them kids been here all week. You already got
After y'all done sold out every hotel to capacity. Y'all knew all these people was coming. They come every year. Like you knew this was a young crowd. Like
it was.
You starved them. Like you starved them, and you knew
I was
that
kind
they
of
was about to be here getting drunk in the sun all day. Like, come on. If you wanted to keep the numbers down, book the hotels at half capacity. Only keep you get what I'm saying? Like there are ways to do that outside of taking all of their money and then stripping them of all their food and water on the last day. That was some bullshit.
That was bold. Definitely.
Yeah. So I think we feel that way because we were there. But it was like thank God we had a friend who lived there that could come and get us, because it was like watching a movie. Like I really felt, y'all know I don't play. I tell somebody off. So I was like, go here. And I was asking the police, like, where are they supposed to get water at? And like I was a mess. But it's all right. All right. Our last boat to go. We already know what we're about to talk about. Mr. Derek Action Jackson and all of his cheating that he got going on in his world.
Can we explain to the people who don't know I Ain't Me what is going on?
You don't know what's going on. Okay, so Derek, I keep calling him Action Jackson because Tasha, she didn't call him Action Jackson.
Actually, she called him Derek Dirty Dick Jackson. That's what in my mind.
Well, she said that today in the interview today. But before it was action pack or whatever. So Derek Jackson is an influencer on all social media platforms, pretty much. He has gotten really big because he is a man that speaks about putting Black women up on a pedestal, treating women a certain way. He attacks a lot of like male characteristics and features, and he talks about men who cheat a lot. He talks about men who don't respect their women. Like he definitely has a huge following of women who are constantly like, yes, thank you so much for praising us, putting us on a pedestal, making us amazing. Boom.
Don't tell me this man been cheating the whole time.
The other day, 2 different women popped up and revealed themselves as his mistresses. And so after that, he came on live with his wife that none of us knew he had. Sorry. So his wife, none of us knew he had a wife. So we know he'd been doing all of this stuff all this time. We didn't know he actually had a wife until the mistresses came up and said, hey, boom. He got a wife and he been cheating on her because I'm the side chick and she the side chick. So then he went on live with his wife, and I'm just trying to find the video if I can find it. But he went on live with his wife. I don't know how I want to talk about the video. Basically, because I'm not going to talk negatively about the wife, but she's very, very, very Christian woman. She is leaning on her Christian values. And basically what she's saying is she has forgiven her husband and they were good. And what they said in that first live is that this happened a while ago, about 6 months ago. They are delivered. They've gotten over it. Here's the promotion for a book to show like, this is what we did, blah, blah, blah. That was like, what, 2 days ago? Today, Unwind with Tasha K then found another woman who is the current girlfriend, a 32-year-old surgeon in Atlanta who does not have social media at all, had no idea any of this was going on. Told us that she got pregnant by him in December. He begged her not to have an abortion, and she did anyway. And they also had sex this past Friday. Like this past Friday when we was just talking about in Miami, he had sex with her this past Friday.
No.
So yeah. So pretty much Action Jackson, and then a lot of his videos. So the new mistress revealed today that a lot of his videos that he's been doing has her house in the background.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah. And then also it's a lot. It's real weird. Like it's the strangest thing because the wife keep getting on her Instagram and like talking about her like she's sticking to her religion, which I love, but I feel like she is hiding behind it, baby. Like she is hiding behind it in ways that I just don't know if I could ever do. And so basically She is saying that God is delivering her through this. She has been getting a lot of criticism about how she looked on this live. She didn't look the best, in my opinion. She looked how she felt. I think that she's not really telling us how she actually feel. But she had on a bonnet. She looked kind of dry. But also, this ain't, we doing a press conference talk about how my husband cheating on me. Maybe I don't want to get fined. Like, that ain't necessarily, like, that's not really the space where I'm trying to be fine. So that's a whole different discussion, because the fact that the world is kind of judging her on how she looks, I don't want to talk about that. But hey, Demetria says she got to stop, though. She got to stop what, though? Getting on live. I think she has to stop. If that's what you're saying, I think she has to stop getting on the internet as well, because she keeps getting on the internet posting things, and it's not looking well. But anyway, back to Action Jackson. Cheating scandal.
Get him out of here. What you've told me.
Gold or bold?
Beyond bold. Are we saying, like, is he bold or the situation?
So I am saying, yeah, I guess is he bold? We'll give it to him.
What a capital
we are gonna say.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
I agree, Britt. Of course, that shit bold as hell.
That's ridiculous.
Like, how you gonna be the person that uplifts and try to build women only to do what you saying for somebody not to do?
Agreed. I've actually been studying him. I think he's not. Well, I know everybody's already said it, but he's definitely narcissistic.
I'm happy his trifling ass got exposed. Like, sometimes the most terrible situations only need light. The light shining on it is gold. Like, at some point, your ass needed to be exposed because it was people really listening to the shit you had to say and applying it to their relationships, and you were fraud. So I'm happy he got exposed. I just think it's bold that he's so trifling. But the exposure, that is gold.
Is it possible the things that he was saying was still true? And still,
I was actually just about to say that. So you can't throw away everything that he said. You just can't. It's almost like, for me, I think about a pastor, if you will. We're all human and we all make mistakes. Don't get it twisted. That shit's still bold. I ain't giving his ass no pass for that. But you can't throw away everything, that he shared and that may have developed or healed some relationships.
I agree.
My thing is that the thing is like, yes, the statements themselves might not have been wrong, but the thing is like, it's hard to make effective change when the source is not credible. He completely discredited himself. So while he was sitting here trying to empower us, when he didn't have any credibility, he actually undermined what he was saying. Because if you're trying to change the minds of people and then you're a hypocrite, what you actually end up doing is reinforcing how they felt in the first place. So that's the thing with me. It's like, okay, you were saying things trying to move women forward, but then you treat your woman like shit. So the men that you're talking to, who's supposed to be making these changes, they looking at you like, so which is the formula, your actions or your words? Mm-hmm. So you might as well have just shut the fuck up and not make the videos regardless.
He should have sat there.
Now you sitting outside of your side bitch house. You're wild. And it shows you have no respect for the audience that you have, especially the ones who actually listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely believe that he is definitely trash. I have actually used him as a case study to teach myself how to be a better therapist and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I really do think he's trash. Let's just make that clear. I will say, as a person in a profession who helps other people and whose job it is to give other people guidance, is that at the same time, it is unreasonable to expect perfection from anyone. And just because a person is a teacher does not mean that they are perfect in the sport. Or just because they are a coach doesn't mean that they're perfect in the sport. So, and I'm not even necessarily saying that to apply to him specifically, but it is something that needs to be known. We can't give people expectation, like unhuman expectations, because they are teaching certain things. Like,
yeah, but at the same
I do
time, you
believe
can't
that.
teach about being faithful and you've never been faithful. Just
But
like
I teach about
you can coach basketball and never held one in your life. Like,
but
no.
I teach people about mental health all the time, and I still have to. I still struggle with mine. Like, so
That's
I think
different.
that,
That's different because you're actually doing the thing. Like you're actually taking a journey, just like
but all therapists don't. Like, that's what I'm saying.
he is literally not. He's literally actively, purposefully doing the opposite of what he's telling people to do, and then he's supposed to be teaching men how to treat women better, and then we see you cheating.
Again, so like I said, I'm not specific.
It just undermines it.
Like I said, I'm not specifically even talking about him in general, but I want to make sure before we get into just bashing him to not apply that to everybody who is in a teaching type of position, because those are unrealistic expectations. If people felt some type of way about me having anxiety because I helped you get through anxiety, that's an unrealistic expectation. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just as a helper and a healer, as a person who preaches, as a person who do tell people what to do in their life, in a sense, I do want to make sure it is known, like, it is his responsibility not to be fake, and it is also your responsibility not to expect unrealistic expectations out of a human. And understand the difference between people can teach and still be learning and growing at the same time. And I think that was the way that he tried to spin it. And it didn't work for him because he's still doing it. But I just want to make sure, like, before we don't want to apply what is happening with him, because this is a special case. Like, everybody's not like him. And so we need to make sure we give people that space. Like, me as a therapist, that's one of the things that I try more than anything, to show people I'm transparent. Like, I try to be as transparent as possible to let you know, if you think you're getting perfection, don't call me, because that ain't this at all, you know? So that's kind of the point that I was making.
I think too that we have to, with this whole situation, we have to compartmentalize it. Like, this is one aspect of him. It's not the whole him. I just learned about all of this like in the last 10 minutes. So I've watched some of his videos and, like, oh, okay, well, that's nice. But I think just he's not the only influencer or motivational speaker. So I think in a sense we should take it, this is Derek Jackson's. This is not every motivational speaker. This is not how every person is that is in the light of the world. Like, we all make mistakes. But I think this is just Derek Jackson's mistake. Like, this isn't TD Jakes. This isn't whoever you look up to. Like, make it just for him. Don't put it out into the universe for every single person in his field. I mean, that's what I kind of get from the whole situation.
It could be TD Jakes. Like, I'm just saying, like, it could be.
I mean, the truth is, it could be anybody, because we're all human and we're all subject to error. And, people, you just don't know. You just don't know. Just like we talked about loyalty earlier. And, there's a price that everybody, there's some people that are going to fall to it. Mm-hmm. And Derek fell.
Yeah, and he's not learning his lesson. He lied again. Like, he's just not learning his lesson. He's not handling it right. I think he has narcissistic personality disorder personally. Like, I genuinely think he's narcissistic, because it's just he's just focused on himself way too much, pretty much.
The difference for me is that the videos that he would make were so polarizing. He wasn't saying like, oh, I'm having this journey with fidelity because I struggle with being faithful, et cetera, and these are the things I'm working on. He was literally bashing men who do the same thing that he does. I think that's what was the hypocritical part for me. Like, you were making it as if you had a handle on it, and you get what I'm saying? Like, you had this perfect. Like, he literally was like, it wasn't like a you should go on this journey of growth because you treating me as X, Y, and Z. It literally was like, it like the tone of them was not of somebody who was having the same battle. It was the tone of, I don't do this, and if you do this, you're trash type of tone. And I think that was the difference with him and other people who are coaching and learning at the same time. I think that was the thing that was a little funny for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean,
Well, Jennifer said this definitely is just for him drag his whole ass. So
yes, Jennifer.
all right. So, any last words about Derek Action Jackson? Action Jackson. Yeah, so I just think he's a narcissist, and he really needs, like, to be honest, the only way he's gonna learn this is he's gonna have to hit rock bottom. Like, some people just got to hit rock bottom, and that just is what it is for him. He gonna have to hit it. Narcissists have to hit it to understand that the world don't revolve around him, and so it's levels of manipulation and stuff like that. So, but I'm actually gonna pray for him, because he has a wife that is definitely by his side. And so if he's still leading her, he needs some prayer.
And shout out to his wife. I mean, I don't know if I could be that strong. And if she is being in her truth, as if she wants to work it out with her husband, she's living, in her truth and being a faithful woman and, being a faithful woman of God. Shout out to her, because it takes a strong woman to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't that strong. You embarrassed me like that, I gotta go.
Yeah, I ain't gonna talk about what I think about.
I don't know if strong is the word, but okay.
I was gonna say I don't want to talk about his wife negatively. There's some emotional and mental abuse up in there too. So it's some almost Stockholm, like I don't know. I felt like watching the live, like, blink, sis. Like, do you need, like, I don't know.
I gotta watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
And I feel really bad saying that, because as a person who is married, I do understand that sometimes you gotta swallow it and y'all gotta stand together, and it is what it is. But
there will never be a day I hold my husband's hand on how he boosts himself up about cheating on me. I'm sorry.
In third person. See, it's so many things. The third person is what kills me more than anything.
And then analyze his own video.
Then did a reaction video to his own video and talked about himself in the third person as if he was not.
And bigged himself up. It ain't like he tore himself apart.
That's the
narcissism. Bigged himself up.
Oh, I got to do some research tonight. I gotta watch this.
It was something. Definitely watch it, y'all. But outside of that, that's our we are done sound. We transitioned into the final but yeah, no, I just want to thank you ladies so much. Do you guys have any last words really quick? 10 seconds. Any last words? He was holding her.
Be okay with keeping your friends separate.
Be okay with keeping your friends separate.
Yeah, be okay with keeping your friends separate.
Be okay with it. Okay. Okay, KK. Any last words?
No. Peace, love, and happiness.
Peace, love, and happiness. Britt.
These comments are doing it for me.
Yeah.
What would mine be? I guess one of the things that we learned tonight is loyalty is subjective. So do what you think is right all the
time. Missy.
Give your friends at least half the grace that you give me. Just be a little more open and show a little tenderness.
Give everybody the grace of being human and allow everybody to go through whatever journeys that they have to go through, including yourself. And reach out to that friend or fix that problem or call that person you ain't talked to in a while. That's all I got.
Thank you for being.
Thank you guys so much for joining the Golden Girls podcast. This has been an amazing show. You can check us out always here on live. Thank you so much to all of our Facebook comments and all of our people that always rock with us every Thursday. You can also check us out on YouTube. You can check all the podcast audio episodes out everywhere that you always check out all your podcasts. That's Apple, Spotify, Anchor, radio, all those places. And then if nowhere else, go to goldengirlspodcast.com because that's where you'll find everything. Thank you so much for being our friend, and we'll catch you tomorrow next week. Bye.
Hallelujah.